Cross-contamination in food occurs when microorganisms or chemical substances are unintentionally transferred from one food to another. Accidentally transferred pathogenic microorganisms that pose a threat to human health can cause foodborne infections, whereas certain substances or products can trigger allergic reactions or intolerances in susceptible individuals. Allergies and intolerances are adverse reactions that occur when the human body comes into contact with specific substances and affect a certain proportion of the population. Intolerances, such as lactose intolerance, are caused by difficulties in digesting or metabolizing foods to which the person is intolerant. They cause primarily gastrointestinal symptoms: cramps, bloating, nausea, diarrhea. On the other hand, in the case of allergies, the immune system produces antibodies that attack the substances a person is allergic to, such as shellfish or nuts, causing bodily reactions ranging from mild, such as a rash, to severe, including difficulty in breathing due to airway swelling or even anaphylactic shock, which can be life-threatening. Cross-contamination can occur directly when foods come into contact with each other, or in the case of dripping, as between two foods placed one above the other in the refrigerator, or indirectly, through means that act as intermediaries, such as work surfaces, kitchen utensils, or the hands of people preparing food. Where intermediaries are involved, contamination takes place in two stages. Firstly, microorganisms or substances present in one food are transferred to a work surface, utensil, or hands by contact. These intermediaries then come into contact with other food to which they transfer their microorganisms or substances. Special care must be taken to avoid cross-contamination between raw and cooked foods, or in any case, ready-to-eat foods. Pathogenic microorganisms may be present in raw foods, such as meat, eggs, fish, or unwashed vegetables. These may in turn directly or indirectly contaminate other foods. If sufficient time elapses between contamination and actual consumption of the food, allowing pathogenic microorganisms to multiply and reach high levels, the consumer is at risk of contracting a foodborne infection. This is because, after being contaminated, ready-to-eat foods do not undergo any further heat treatment. As a result, when they are eaten, their microbial load remains high, potentially causing illness. To reduce food contamination, it is essential to follow a few simple rules. Always wash your hands with soap and disinfectant or a sanitizing product, soap plus disinfectant, both before and after handling food, especially after touching raw food or soiled work surfaces and utensils. Wash work surfaces, utensils and equipment with special detergents and disinfectants between preparation of one food and another. Also, do not use the same utensils, such as knives and chopping boards, for raw and cooked foods to avoid any microorganisms being transferred from one to the other. Remember to change gloves between handling raw and cooked foods. In addition, avoid washing raw meat or eggs under running tap water, since the kitchen work surfaces may become contaminated via splashes. Store foods in the refrigerator in containers or by wrapping or covering them to prevent them from coming into contact with each other and to avoid drips and spills. And place raw foods on the lowest shelves in the refrigerator, keeping them separate from ready-to-eat foods. Finally, during the preparation of foods containing allergens, such as peanuts, nuts, eggs, cereals containing gluten, milk and dairy products, sesame seeds, soy, fish and shellfish, mustard, celery and foods containing sulfites, including fish products and wine, avoid touching or handling other foods being prepared that do not contain them. Thoroughly wash work surfaces or utensils used to prepare them. It is also essential to protect food from the following: exhaust fumes and atmospheric agents, such as rain and sunlight, if the food is displayed outdoors, or from contamination by consumers if the food is laid out in a self-service facility where customers have direct access to ready-to-eat dishes. In these cases, always make sure to protect food from any accidental contamination, for example by keeping it covered or in the shade, or by placing it in individual packages or closable display cases. Also remember that pets, dogs, cats or other animals must not, under any circumstances, have access to food preparation areas. It is also important to protect the food from pests such as flying and crawling insects, rodents or other animals that could infest or contaminate the food. Animals can be prevented from entering the food preparation areas by the installation of barriers, such as removable nets on windows. Food and ingredients must be kept in tightly sealed containers. And finally, food must be protected by foreign bodies, such as shards of glass or parts of utensils, which, if swallowed, could injure the digestive tract or cause choking. To reduce this risk, all utensils must be inspected before and after food preparation. If any fragments of blade, broken glass, or traces of rodenticide or other chemical products in general are found, the food being prepared must be discarded.